Hi there, Malcolm here with my 190th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you a book review for The Terraformers by Annalee Newitz. This is a story about not so much really terraforming a planet. I mean, it's already sort of livable, but they're kind of finishing it off, making it ready for general consumption, as it were, by tourists and the wealthy who want to have nice plots of land on a pretty much empty planet. And through the course of the story, we run us for 3 consecutive generations as they go about the task. And each time the planet is a little bit more populated, and the politics and the corporations at the top have changed a little bit. But really what the book covers is the topic of slavery. This is set sort of 60,000 years in the future, and people of all shapes are bred and birthed at a whim of a corporation to do a job, to perform tasks, and very much they belong to the corporation, meaning there's no such thing as freedom or personal goals. It's all for the company. And the blurb suggests that everything changes when a door in a volcano is discovered, behind which lives a secret society that exists separate to the corporation, and thus everything changes. I found that not entirely true. I mean, it is true for that context, but that only covers the first third of the book. Indeed, the main character, Destry, listed in the blurb, isn't even in the subsequent 2/3 of the book, because we're now a generation later, following her student, I suppose. And then there's another great big time jump. I can't remember the link. There is one, but it's rather tenuous. Following a newly designed species designed by that student. Now, very much a story of sticking it to the man, but where the man is some faceless corporation with nowhere to stick it, for whom there doesn't seem to be anything they wouldn't do to maintain control. Absolute control. That being said, I found the story sort of rambled along rather aimlessly. There were some exciting moments, but they were interspaced with some not particularly interesting characters. I mean, Destry and her, who happens to be an intelligent moose, who I suppose has a little extra interest in that they have a deliberately limited intelligence, that they can't think outside of their status. So that's an interesting concept. But as I said, after the first third, we then jump onto some different characters, and by then I'd stopped really caring about the characters, because each third of the book, we then jump to a whole bunch of new people with very little callback to the previous lot. There's a few, but you just start caring about one lot and then they've gone and you've got the next lot. And the story ended up in a rather obvious conclusion. Okay, we didn't know how it was going to get there, and there's some interesting ideas along the way. Certainly it looks at what makes a person. Is it their shape? Is it their level of intelligence? Is it their freedom? But I get the feeling this book doesn't really deliver what it advertises. They're not really terraformers, that's pretty much already happened. And it's not really about terraforming. It's about corporate greed, the value or lack of life, and, like I said, what is a person. And at only 335 pages, this took me shockingly long to get through. It wasn't a disappointment, it's just I had no expectations for this one. It just felt like a bit of a slog without any real payoff. It's worth reading for the ideas in it. There you go. So, The Terraformers, have you read it? Have you read anything else by Annalee Newitz? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Were you indifferent? Comments down below, please. But if you've nothing nice to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you, and until next time, I'll see you later.